Now, question is, what are the risks?
Voids.
Voids. What else? Bad tenants. What else? Tenants might be moving out. Maybe that's why he's selling. Maybe he's selling because the tenants are horrible. Maybe the boiler breaks and there's problems. Maybe it's a bad house. Maybe it's an overpriced house. Maybe there's rising damp. What else? Come on. In fact, could you stand up? Because this guy seems to know all the potential problems, so I want to just list all of them. Alright, hold on, we're going to get a mic. Because these, there are actually, what's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew. Okay, there are a total of 4 risks that could happen. 4 problems under categories, and I want you to just help me out. You can be my sounding board.
I've personally been through fireplace, chimneys being boarded.
We'll go there. Hold on. Before. Shh. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. So there are no tenants, bad tenants, which is worse than no tenant, bad house, and then act of God, like a plague / legals. Could you help me out with what these? Give me some examples. Give me some examples of a bad house.
Okay, so the tenants one can be sort of, it goes, you've got tenants in but you know they're leaving and there's like a massive refurb needed doing. And then if you haven't seen the house, that refurb can kind of be...
Put the mic a bit closer.
Oh, sorry. So, like, you can take the wallpaper off, and then half the wall can fall off. You've got rising damp, so I'd always have a damp survey done and a normal house survey. You've got potential issues with the neighbours, potential issues with the tenants having up-and-coming problems. Obviously, the boiler, the obvious ones, the loft, issues with the loft space. Yeah, like that.
So far the things that you're naming are to do with either a bad house, like tenants and stuff, or bad tenants, bad neighbours that may cause bad tenants and stuff like that. Are there any other categories that you can think of?
Probably subsidence.
Which would be what though?
Kind of act of God within, yeah.
Bad house. Would you agree there could be millions of subcategories within bad house?
Yeah.
But ultimately bad house is...
Anything damp related will get you, or someone I knew bought a church and it had an underpinning needing doing. So
Alright, bad house. Cool.
Yeah, the older the house, the more risks you're taking. Age-related problems and maintenance.
Yeah, okay, fine. Bad tenants, would you agree there's lots of different types of bad tenants?
Yeah, I mean, you've got some that you might have to offer like emotional assistance to, like know about their jobs, like charities of civil servants and stuff. If they're coming in money problems, they can become single through bad relationships. Someone I knew had someone drug dealing from the house, so you can...
Terrible.
Or it can just be someone just loses their job, gets made redundant. Sometimes it's the tenant's fault, sometimes it's not.
How many, if you had to write down on a piece of paper, what's your name again?
Andrew.
Andrew, if you had to write down on a piece of paper every single potential problem that could ever happen within property investing, ballpark, how many types of problems do you think you could write down?
Millions.
How many?
Probably millions.
Millions.
If you looked into financial ones, investment ones, how it could go wrong, you could go on forever. Like,
your homework over lunch is to see how many you can write down for me, bring it together. Yeah?
Yeah, go.
Give him a hand! Okay. Because here's what I want to get you thinking. So is 18.7% ROI, is it good? Is it really good? Yeah, it is. It's really good. However, what we're going to do now, because there is a time for negativity. Sometimes there's a time to be negative. So over lunch, I've shown you how to find a house. I've shown you how to work out the ROI. Over lunch, I want you to think of all the different risks and all the problems, okay? Because what you'll find is every type of risk and problem all comes down to these 4 things. But the biggest risk and problem, which is a 5th one, is not a bad house, but no house. That's a risk. It's okay to think of the reasons why not, but you need to think of the reasons why too as well. So what we're going to do is, after lunch, we're going to use this house that we found for 50 grand, and we're going to do a risk assessment. You guys up for this? Yeah. So we're going to look at, okay, what would happen if there was no tenants, and how likely is that, and how can we prevent that from happening? How do we prevent bad tenants? How do we prevent there being one of these million things? Because you can't prevent this. Would you agree, yes or no? Yeah. So how do you prevent this? Act of God. Look, if there's a plague and half the planet's gone, I'm probably more concerned whether I'm on the 50% that lived rather than my ROI. But what happens if the house blows up in flames? What happens if there are things?
Lightning.
Oh yeah, lightning hits. And there are ways to risk assess against this stuff. Which so what we're going to do is go for lunch. When we come back from lunch, we're going to go through all the risks and how to prevent those risks. Now, if it was 100% risk-free, then it wouldn't be an investment. It would be called a guarantee. So of course there's some risk. The definition of an entrepreneur is someone that takes a risk and hopes to make money. But what we want to do as smart entrepreneurs is we want to de-risk it as much as we can so that it's as safe and as risk-proof as possible. Now, once we've risk-proofed it, here's what's going to happen. We're going to come back after lunch. I'm going to take your questions. We're going to risk-proof the property. Once we've done that, if we can still have an 18% ROI, 20 ideally, and risk-proof it, then we're laughing. Then I'll take all your questions, and then once you're comfortable and confident, I'm going to send you guys out to find a property yourselves, do a risk assessment on it, bring it back to me. There's going to be people in the room that find deals that they go on to buy tomorrow. When I say buy tomorrow, I mean like secure or tomorrow's no money down day. There's going to be people in the room that find houses today they go on to sell and make money. There's going to be some people in the room today that by the time you go to bed tonight, you're going to be richer than you are right now. There it is. And you think, oh, I'm not sure about that. Well, just wait and see. And you can be someone that's, I'm not sure, I'll wait and see, and you'll see that I was right, but you weren't one of the people. Or you can say, forget this, I'm one of the people, man! Raise your hand if you're in. Raise your hand and say, aye. Alright, so we're going to head down for lunch. Before we head down for lunch, we're going to let it go in a moment. I've got a couple of announcements. We're going to let it go. We're going to take an hour, 20 minutes. So we're going to come back at 3 o'clock. What time, please? Alright, also, if you want to have a chat, don't leave yet, by the way, folks. We need to let it go. I don't leave yet. If you want to have a chat with our team as well about questions, or if you want to chat about advanced training, speak to the guys. They can talk to you about that. But right now, everyone, please stand.